Hello, my name is Zoe and I'm going to talk to you about the impact stress can have on your body and how this can lead to infection using the transactional model of stress. Financial worries, work demands, final exams. Most people face some degree of pressure from different sources on a daily basis, which can be overwhelming, and this is when stress occurs. The feeling of being unable to bridge the gap between the requirements or expectations placed upon you, and this results in an unhealthy state of body or mind. However, stress does not affect us all in the same way. What might be perceived as a stressor by one person might not be seen as one by another, and it is this individual response which is very important in managing the impact stress had on your body. So how does your body let you know that you're stressed? Your body can give you lots of warning signs through your thoughts, feelings and behaviour, so being able to recognise symptoms of stress can give you a head start on managing them. Symptoms such as exhaustion, aches and pains, disturbed sleeping pattern, anger or frustration, social withdrawal, negative thinking, headaches, depression and anxiety are all ways of your body telling you that stress is affecting your health even though you might not realise it. Although most people can cope with short-term stress, prolonged exposure can put a strain on our body because when you feel threatened, your nervous system responds by releasing a flood of stress hormones which rouse the body ready for emergency action. Your heart rate increases, your blood pressure rises, your breath quickens and your senses become sharper. This is known as a fight or flight stress response and is your body's way of protecting you to stay focused, energetic and alert. But beyond your comfort zone, stress stops being helpful and starts causing major damage to your mind and body. Experiencing the fight or flight stress response in your daily life can put an excess strain on our physiology and lead to very serious illnesses such as heart attacks and heart disease, stroke, cancer, diabetes, obesity and much more, including a range of mental and emotional problems. Also, during periods of chronic stress, your immune system is lowered so your body is slower at healing wounds, less able to produce antibodies and more susceptible to viral infections. This has a significant impact on the NHS, with statistics showing in the last 12 months 6,366 people reported to hospital for stress-related illnesses. This is a 7% increase on last year and puts stress as the most common cause of long-term sickness absence in the workplace. So how can we avoid this health problem? First, we must understand the process of how we as an individual cope with stress. According to the transactional model of stress, when a person is faced with a stressor, that person evaluates the potential threat. If upon appraisal it is decided that the stimulus is irrelevant or harmless, no stress response is activated. However, if the stress is seen as relevant and the stress response is activated, a coping response occurs. This leads to the second reappraisal stage, where the person evaluates how controllable the stressor is and what the coping resources are. If it is decided that the person has the coping strategies to deal with the event, there will be a positive outcome to stress. If, however, they do not have the coping strategies for this event, a negative response to stress will occur. We are all different. Where some people seem to be able to roll with life's punches, others tend to crumble in the face of far smaller. Some people even thrive on the excitement and challenge of a high-stress lifestyle. But unchecked stress is undeniably damaging, and you have more control over managing stress than you might think. Unfortunately, some people cope with stress in a negative way. They drink too much, fill up on comfort food, zone out in front of the TV or lash out at people, but there are much healthier ways to cope with stress and its symptoms. Stress management can teach you healthier ways to cope with stress, help you reduce its harmful effects and prevent stress from spiralling out of control again in the future. Strategies like engaging socially. The simple act of talking face to face with another human being can release hormones that reduce stress even if you're still unable to alter the stressful situation. Get moving. Physical activity plays a key role in managing stress. Not only does it keep the heart healthy and get oxygen into the system, but it helps deplete stress hormones and releases mood-enhancing chemicals which helps us cope with stress better. Set aside relaxation time. Relaxation techniques such as yoga, meditation and deep breathing activate the body's relaxation response, a state of restfulness that is opposite of the fight or flight stress response. Eat a healthy diet. Well-nourished bodies are better prepared to cope with stress. Start your day with a healthy breakfast, reduce your caffeine and sugar intake, add plenty of fresh fruit and vegetables, and cut back on alcohol and nicotine. And get plenty of sleep. Feeling tired can increase stress by causing you to think irrationally. Keep your cool in stressful situations by getting a good night's sleep.